What's up guys, welcome back! Today's session is about applying the basics which we featured in the previous video. Let's take one step at a time and draw a simple orange. Make sure you watch till the end to get the extra tip to make our drawing better. So I googled up a photo reference of the fruit. Now, we are going to understand by breaking down our object to determine the three tones. We can do this mentally, but for the sake of our video, we're going to draw over our reference and familiarize ourselves with the basics. First up is the shape, and then we divide the shape to three parts. That's 1 and 2, and then the third part. The first part is our shade tone. Second is our main color or the mid-tone. And the third part is our highlight. Now let's start drawing our orange. First up is to select vector persona and create a vector layer. Let's use the shape tool to create our circle. Drag down our pencil, tap 3 fingers to make a perfect circle. Now we change the color of our main fill to orange. Let's give our main layer a darker hue to represent our shade tone. And then we add the line art. Let's set a visible stroke. I think that should do it. Next is to duplicate the main vector layer. Remove the stroke of the duplicate layer and adjust a lighter hue to represent our midtone. And then we clip our midtone layer by dragging it down to our main layer. And then we drag our midtone layer upwards to the left to where our light source is. Next is to tap 2 fingers to duplicate our midtone layer. This duplicate layer will represent our highlight. Reshape the layer by adjusting the nodes to imitate the highlight on our reference. Change the color to a bright hue to represent our highlight tone. These objects settles our 3 tones, but we need to bring out our creativity by tweaking or adjusting our illustration to a more believable fruit. A very good simple example is to emphasize highlight, but not to overdo. Take note, in vector illustration, less is more. Did you notice something else in our photo reference? Yes, we need to add the flower stalk on top of our orange. First, we need to understand how the flower stalk is made by breaking down its shapes. Again, we can do this mentally, but we're doing this to make our instructions crystal clear. From my point of view, breaking down the flower stalk, I see 3 circles stacked up on each other. Next step is to create another vector layer for our flower stalk illustration. Using the shape tool, select circle and drag your pen to create our first object. Next step, we will change the color fill to green and turn the stroke color to black. To stack up the circles, all we need is to duplicate the layers and adjust the necessary measurements. That's 1 circle and the other circle. To make it more interesting, let's add simple tones. Just by adding a shade will do. And where exactly are we going to place these tones? Here's our breakdown. By knowing where the dark tones are, automatically brings you to understand where the light source is and how your subject is made of. Now, we duplicate the main stalk. And then, we remove the stroke and change the color of the duplicate layer to a lighter hue. clip the duplicate layer to the main object by dragging it down to the main layer. Drag the clipped layer to the left to where our light source is. Now let's repeat the same process to the middle circle. Next up, changing the hue to a lighter tone for this surface. Select the 3 circle layers and then eliminate the black outline to a darker green color. This will provide an interesting visual effect. Next is to resize our flower stalk. Make sure to maintain our stroke value when downsizing the object. For this matter, I'd like to make the main circle to have a thicker value. Now we reveal our orange fruit and move the flower stalk to where it is placed. We're almost done. Now we go back to our main orange layer and eliminate the black stroke and change it to a darker orange hue. After that, we add line value to our stroke. This might complete our illustration, but let's make our illustration a little bit near to reality by adjusting the shape as per our reference. To do that, we need to select the shape tool and the circle option. By doing so, we are able to move the nodes to its proper placement. That's it. For our final tip, let's select the midtone of our orange circle. Then we're going to select the Fill tool. By dragging down your pen, the Fill tool will provide a gradient effect that smooths out your flat color. Adjust the color of your fill by selecting the tip of your gradient line. Now adjust the hue of your shade tone to suit your updated fill. And that's it! Understanding our subject and applying the basics will definitely boost your artistic skills. If you don't want to miss some of my content, click that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you'll be notified anytime I upload new videos. Thanks for watching.